When you see that field of blue, you know it can be only one place in the world. Boise, Idaho, on the campus of Boise State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Houston Cougars taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Broncos will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. A first down for the offense. They'll run it to the right side. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smith dropping to pass. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them, run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on the first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
First down for this offense. The give to the back. And the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He fires to the left side. Touchdown, Boise State! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting into rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Lining up to recover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Smith wants to throw. And the timing just a hair off. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain its fourth down.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. They'll make the stop, but the chains will move. It's a first down for Houston. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on 4th down.
And it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get the first through the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Houston going up tempo.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Now they'll try the right side.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Smith dropping to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this QB already in the first quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. The throw. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Trying to move the change, Houston comes to the line on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Discards a man.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Still on his feet at the 45. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
From the red zone, looking for a man. And it's caught! Touchdown, Broncos!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Smith wants to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
It's complete to the right. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter.
Game of 9. That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Boise State 14, Houston 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. On the run, it's Need. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
This Houston offense about to snap it on first down again. From the gun, running back on the move.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
On second down, he'll fire. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Cougar.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Houston. What a play by this defense with a pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. And the ball is loose on the return. Kicking team's got it.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Houston wants to play fast. Smith dropping to pass. Using the quick game. He breaks a tackle. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Wide out in motion. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little far. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Northern Illinois is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving Mission the rest of the day off. They're up 14 over Ohio. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to throw on second down. Working that left side now. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Extending the play. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical. And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They're getting this guy lathered up. How much does it help your blocking scheme to have a guy who finds the crease? He gets to the 39.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And the Broncos moving quickly to the line. They'll run it on first and goal. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Now on second down. Smith wants to throw. He's got it down the middle. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Makes the pass. It's caught downfield. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to... And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. First and goal now for Houston as they try to get it in. Smith dropping to pass. Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Houston going up tempo.
It's now 2nd and goal.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And it's no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. He's looking to throw it. Lofts one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to throw on 3rd. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Second half just about ready to start, and Houston will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Smith wants to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together.
And he gets downfield for the big catch. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Boise State! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. This is like a baseball pitcher they can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Now this offense is back on the field. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that ball is picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle so many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3.
10-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by just 1 over Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Throws to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They're bringing heat. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible.
And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Takes a handoff. It's Genty. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He looks that one in nicely.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Movement here from the tight end. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Ball's at the 29. They'll keep the offense out there and go for it. On 4th down, going to the air. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Smith dropping to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Good job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Got a man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
They'll go with a direct snap. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down. He's now up to 71 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Final play of the quarter coming. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's picked off at the goal line. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Boise State 35, Houston 24.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Handoff from the gun. Find some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12. Houston wants to play fast.
Brings up second down.
Smith wants to throw. Buys a little time. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Trying to get to him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Got his man down the middle. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Caught behind the line. It's Melton. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Using that running game to bludgeon forward, he's got 4 down to the 35.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Smith dropping to pass. Getting some heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Boise State ready to send out that offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Looking to throw. Coming after it. That pass not close as he got twirled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Now the toss. He's in there for the two-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, and you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. At midfield, he's got room. Running toward the tape. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. It's caught. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his way.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, they're going to RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
29 Philly.
Calls his own number. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophe.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Well, they haven't been able to get it done on 4th down so far today. They've missed on their first 2 attempts. Is the 3rd time the charm? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quarterback adapting. Gets rid of it. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
That play is going to drive the head coach absolutely crazy. You've got the lead. Why are you going out of bounds? Just get down, bleed the clock. The clock right now.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
1 yard on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.